Now, you're a non-for-profit, you're a non-profit organization, 2 parts, right?
Yes.
And what are those parts?
Well, the Greater Washington Fashion Chamber of Commerce is a 501c6. That's a trade association, so that's membership based. And the DC Fashion Foundation is the 501c3, which is the educational public charity organization. So a lot of your youth programs, your educational training programs like the Incubator, Camp Runway, Project Funway, we're working towards that Youth Academy, that Youth Fashion High School in Washington, D.C.
A fashion high school. Make you want to just give birth to another child and be like, look, baby, this is where you're going. Okay? You're like, well, you're going to sew. You understand me? Okay? You're going to sew, okay? Serger, okay?
Oh, you know what a serger is.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me get the bell on that one. All right.
So that all falls under the 501c3, but the advocacy work, the governmental affairs, the international development, because we just did a fashion trade mission to Peru, where we take designers over to connect them to manufacturers in Peru. That falls under the C6, and Evelyn can talk more about that, but Maggie's doing wonderful work in our education and training, especially with our youth. She does amazing things with them.
Now, applying for grants, has it been a challenge in the past 2 years because of the economical hardship that we're supposedly dealing with? Where I hear some not-for-profits, I have never struggled at all. I'm not going to pull another card that I want to pull. I'm going to let that go for another show. But there seems that there's certain genres of organizations that get the money, while there's certain genres of organizations that do not. Did you guys have a challenge? Because this is an incredible program that's set up. All the programs that you have, and it looks strong. It appears very strong. Did you have a challenge?
Well, being politically correct, because both organizations are relatively new, there are a lot of rules, policies, and procedures when it comes to obtain funding. C6 organizations can't traditionally go after funding for tax-exempt organizations because of tax code laws.
Okay.
So the C3 was created as a vehicle to do our public charity and our educational work. A C6 is basically a business chamber. So your revenue should be generated from membership and corporate sponsorship. That's the tax code, that's the law. Whereas the C3, your public education charity status, so you are providing educational benefits pretty much open to the public. So a lot of our public foundations, private foundations, government organizations that are granting money, because of the way they're set up and because of the way of the code, they have to provide grants for specific organizations, hence our C3. The biggest challenge really has been in the age of the organization, proving that, if you're going to give us the money, we're not going to mess it up. I think we've had a great track record, and things are slowly starting to change. There's been recognition in the work that we're doing in D.C. We have a track record. If you Google the organizations, there are tons of hits. When there's name recognition, government officials know who we are. They know what we're doing. We have name recognition with civic organizations. We're working with 8th Street, Main Street right now, and the executive director is so pleased at what we're doing on 8th Street. And just reaching out. So within the next year, I expect the funding game to change, and really, the funding game is political any way you look at it.
So what are you waiting for, a new mayor? Okay. Got that out my system.
But not just with DC though. I mean, the work that we're doing on Capitol Hill, we're also going after national funds.
Now you on the political side of all of this, okay? Because where do you fit into all this on a political perspective of GWFCC, and where do you fit? That politics portion is really strong and really heavy. It's kind of thick. It's kind of intimidating. Like, I don't even want to run across you. You know what I'm saying? Outside of no, I'm joking.
We're so not intimidated. We've had great success on Capitol Hill.
So what do you do? What do you do? You bring awareness?
We do raise awareness about the issues that people face in the fashion industry, and it is a national forum. It's something that we
pull
want
a racial card.
We do not.
Okay. What are
No,
some of the
it's-
things that they face in a political perspective?
From a political perspective, I mean, it's just sustainability. A lot of the issues that are near and dear to GWFCC are some of the things that we advocate for on a national level.
What are some of those things?
There are other designers who are struggling. They need to find their own capital to sustain themselves, to create their own business, to, I don't know if they want to design and sprout up a showroom or anything like that.
We have
Import,
small
export.
business, import, export,
A lot of it-
intellectual property.
Yeah, a lot of it is legislation related to,
Yeah.
like, what is it, CSPIA, with the labeling laws, with the kids' clothing and things like that.
Mhm.
You know, if you're producing things in China, for instance, you're impacted if, you know, Customs and Border Protection changes the law, and all of a sudden, if you're a small production run, you're doing a small production run, you're not big like Macy's or Nordstrom's or things like that, where they have budget to absorb that. If you're small and your garments that you produce in China are held up in customs,
You're over.
that's
Your
it for
business
you.
is
You're not
done.
selling product. Your merchandise is the lifeblood of your business. If you don't have it, you can't move. So it's doing things like going on the Hill, advocating for laws that are friendly and support small businesses, and staying on top of when Ways and Means, when Justice, when all the different committees, when they had that big omnibus bill. There were so many things rolled into the omnibus bill that if you weren't looking through that 1,000-page legislation, you would miss the fact that, oh, they want to actually do something with, okay. So you miss that, and there's a fiscal impact to everything that they do on the Hill.
Exactly. I mean, and also with just, you know, looking at, okay, the enforcement of counterfeiting in a black market, that's huge with major brands. I mean, you need to look at those type of committees. So it's a lot of things that we're making people aware. And then there's also incentives, tax incentives. I mean, so it really is related to any business, anybody wanting to start a small business. It's just that we concentrate and focus on the fashion professional.
So do you support those individuals who join WFCC and the efforts that they're going to just move forward? Like they could be incorporated already, or, you know, have the beginning stages of their business already in place but need a little help. Do you help them?
We help everyone, and we tell all members that become a member, a trade association is only as good as its members, because it's a membership-based organization. So if you're not active in your trade association, the organization is not going to be a successful organization. So really it's a matter of you bringing that feedback to the team and letting us know what are the issues so that we can advocate on behalf of you. We can't, you know, we're not psychic. We can't come up with what, I mean, of course we have general issues that we need to advocate on behalf, but again, a trade association is only as good as its membership base.
We have a listener that would like to know how will you support individuals with disabilities and teenagers and young designers and entrepreneurs with disabilities. They could be deaf, even blind, handicapped, in their efforts to learn how to become fashion designers.
Well, we help everyone that wants to pursue their business goal, because it's all about developing that business plan for yourself and setting those goals. We form great partnerships with a lot of organizations in the city. I mean, hearing all of us, we all worked at some facet of government, and we all have access to resources, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've been so successful. Resources into certain political outlets, economic development, community CBOs, other CBOs, which is community business organizations or development organizations in the city, that we can assist anyone that wants, because it's really about us just helping you accomplish your business goals. That's what a Chamber of Commerce is for.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take that break and we'll be back. We're going to ask some more questions. You want to holler back 202-588-0893. We do have a caller that we're going to take real quick before we roll. You do have a caller. Hello? Hello? Hi. Yes. Who's calling? Who's this? It's house music tonight, so at the end of the day, you'll listen to your non-stop hip-hop next week here on the Holla Back Show. And next time, maybe ask that off-air instead of on. We got you covered, boo, all day long. If you listen to the show for the past 5.5 years, we celebrated hip-hop and house music. So this, like I said, is a celebration of a segment that we've been going on for about 2 months now, celebrating fashion, and the GWFCC is in the building, and they're topping it off. So we're going to get down with my man, Byron B. No Brown, and we'll be back. All right. Holla.